Hi guys, and welcome to Finish It Friday, episode 134. So here's where we left off on Wednesday. So we have our base card. In this case, it's the basic white, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. We have our 4 by 5 1/4 layer. We have our 1 3/4 by 2 1/4 pieces of cardstock or DSP, and we have our little strip sentiments here. Okay, so for this, I think what I'm going to do is, first off, I'm going to take this and I'm going to run this through the embossing folder. Now, a lot of the embossing folders are getting discontinued. There's not a lot left out there. So what I'm going to use today is this painted texture. Now, it's getting retired, but they're doing one that's almost, I think it's plaster texture. And it's like almost exactly the same thing. So I'm just going to use this. Do realize that this is being retired though. So let's go ahead. I'm going to run this through my embossing machine over here on the side. I hope you're having good weather wherever you're at. All right, let's grab this. So put a little texture on it. Through. All right, and there you are. Can you see that texture? Now I'm going to do something else to it. It's not going to have a lot of time to dry, so I'll try to keep it somewhat okay. I'm just going to lightly go over the top. I guess I'll do it down here on my glass mat because that'll be easy to clean it up that way. So just putting a little bit of a white look on there. Go ahead and grab my microfiber cloth and get that off. And then I'm going to take another piece of cardstock and just kind of blot it a little. Take some of that off. It's going to get on my hand, but it's all right. All right, so I'm just taking a little bit of that off. Let's go ahead and adhere this down now. Hoping my seal will cooperate today. I don't know if it's the weather, but it's been acting up a little bit again. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to put that, we haven't laid this down yet. Let's go ahead and put that there. Making sure we have somewhat of an even border on both sides. Go ahead. Hoping this won't rip. Sometimes when you put it through an embossing folder, you've broken down the fibers on that cardstock, and sometimes it can tend to want to rip. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to put these down on my base just so that white has a little bit more time to cure and dry. Make sure I have. All right, so there we have that. Let's go ahead and work on these pieces here. So I'm going to use Simply Said. And what we're going to do is I'm going to use that happy birthday and birthday wishes. All right, so down here, and you know what, maybe, I'm trying to think if I want to do this or not. I'm going to take my gray granite cube and I'm just going to kind of lightly do a little bit of a texture on this just to give it kind of that old look. Since we have, you know, some aging look on that. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to take my birthday wishes. I'm going to find where on my messy desk I put my memento. Got the block. Oops, sorry, that was loud. down. We're going to hold it just for a second. I'm not putting pressure on. I'm just keeping it in contact with the paper, just so all that ink transfers. And then I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take one of my basic gray cubes. I have a lot of ink spots, ink cubes from my Paper Pumpkin subscription. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this on a block. I think I have a small one here. Because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put part of that word on there. So when I press down, it's not going to stamp any of the other word. Let me get that. I hope I'm not getting my head in the way. Go down like that. I'm going to go ahead and clean that off. Now we're going to put the birthday on the other side. Again, we're not going to have the happy on there. Let me do it like this, so it's a little more straight. Kind of ink that up again with the going gray. I'm going to line this up. Oh, I got a little bit too far over. So guess what? There's two sides to the paper. You gotta love it. Let's try this again. So now I know my Y needs to go pretty much to the edge of my cardstock. Oh, I did it again. You know what? We're just going to deal with it. Which one looks a little bit better? That one's a little bit better. We'll deal with that one. All right. So let's go ahead. So then we have our happy here. We have our birthday here. Let's try this again. I forget between, you know, we used to have the fuse, we used to have, what was before seal? There was something. We used to have to do a check mark on that. And now with this one, I have to remember that you pretty much just go straight up. You don't back flip it. By back flip, I mean go like that when you're done. You don't do the check mark. You go just like this. And I want to do this a little bit off center there. I'm going to put this down because I'm going to put embellishments on this. All right, I'm going to use the iridescent foil gems. Oops, sorry. My skylight's trying to get in there. Let me go ahead and do this. Get a few of those on that. I'm going to go in the center first, then I'm going to go on either side. So hopefully it's a little bit even. And there you are. Doesn't want to go in there, does it? All right, put it back up there. We have to clean these off, so I'm going to put these over here on the other side of my desk. Get this out of the way. And there you have that card. So let me show you the other two cards I made. First one here. I used completely the designer series paper. The only stamping I did was the hello. And then here on this one, I used the Designer Series paper on the back. Ooh, sorry, my camera's acting weird. And then I did complete stamping on all of the components on top of that DSP. Alright, there you are, guys. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up, share on social media, leave me a comment. Most of all, have a great day. Bye for now.